And we're back. Is this too much? Okay, before we get into this video, I just want to point out that these nails are chipped. Just don't judge me. But how cute would almond-shaped, bright red nails look right now? Welcome to my channel, guys. You're here because you want to start a YouTube channel. But I'm really excited to be doing this because I totally know that feeling of wanting to start it. I mean, it was a pretty long time ago, not gonna lie, but like I don't know, I'm excited for you because YouTube is such an amazing platform and such a great outlet for anyone who is trying to pursue whatever it is that they're doing or show their art or show their life and capture these things. So to me, I am excited for you. So let's jump on into it, okay? How to start a YouTube channel. Number one is your content, obviously. What is your content going to be? What do you want your audience to be? How are you going to draw in that audience? What is the concept of your channel? If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you have some kind of idea. But what I want to talk about, and if you are already subscribed, you know I'm about this, is vision. And before you start a YouTube channel, what I truly encourage you to do is to get a notebook, to sit down and take some time to think about what it is that you want and what you see for yourself in your future. I'm all about vision for me personally, because without it, what will motivate you to continue doing what you're doing? I truly believe that in manifestation and in faith, you have to see yourself in the future doing what it is that you want, or achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve, and with fulfilling the desires of your heart. So before you do anything else, you have to sit down and figure out what the vision is. Where do you see your future? What do you see in the future of your channel? What it is that what you want to achieve, and see yourself step by step. It's passion, it's inspiration, it's keeping yourself motivated, it's continuing, it's consistency. So all of those things play into effect no matter, you know, how quickly you want to achieve something. What it comes down to is vision, it's passion, it's dedication. So what I have for you is this video on how to create a vision board and for finding the purpose of your life. And that is key as well. So I will link that below if you want to pause this and open up another tab. Sorry if you hear the... Number two. So what do you want your channel name to be? Try to have it go along with whatever the content is. Or if you want to just use your name so that you could branch out in the future. Actually sit and think about it. You're basically starting from the bottom. So you want your brand, unless you have an Instagram and you have a following on there, or you know, we have all these social platforms where you may have a following, which would be great. When I started, I had 0. You want your thumbnail to be consistent with your content of the video that you're posting. You don't want it to be like something completely different. I'm gonna have links below of a lot of other videos that can be helpful to you, because obviously just watching this one video is not going to give you all the answers. Hopefully it can help with a lot of it, but I want you to just get others' perspectives. I also will link in some websites that I use for like thumbnails and that kind of stuff so that you can start off with that. I used to use PicMonkey, which was a great tool for thumbnails and editing, but I think they recently changed it to like you have to be subscribed to them and you have to pay, and so I moved over to befunky.com. I will have the link below, and you can edit your thumbnails and resize it and put the title and all that on there. So thumbnails are important. Try to be consistent. Try to have a theme as well. Think about that. Just think about all the details of everything. Like, don't just half-ass everything, because how much work you put in is how much you're going to get out. And I had to learn that the hard way. So the one thing I will say is, starting your channel, really try, you really have to be your own. Because it's saturated with so many people. You want to be authentic. You want to be yourself. You want to work on showing you. And I mean, I've struggled with that. Sometimes, you know, I'm not as like wild and goofy as I normally am. Like, I feel like I don't know. I have different sides of me, to be honest. You want to make your channel unique in some way. Of course, bring in all the inspiration that you found and a little bit from here, a little bit from there, like thank you, I got that idea, I got that idea. And that's great, but you have to really make it your own channel. You have to have something there that is unique, whether it be your personality, which is the most important, or just something about you or something that you have to offer that is a little bit different, because that's what's going to get that audience to want to watch you, because they're going to see something in you that they may not see in another, you know, beauty guru or a blogger or a vlogger, or, you know, like you have to just be your own and be confident in who you are, and you know, that's what's gonna like separate you. And don't be fearful. I know it's a little hard and it's a little weird to get in front of a camera and just start talking to yourself, basically, but it'll get easier with time. You watch a playback, you see how you act, you see how you talk, you will learn a lot about yourself, and it's really kind of cool. So whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. So your channel is your ocean. 3 is the technical aspect, which for me, when I started my channel, like I can't think back to everything, like I totally forgot it. Plus it's changed now, how to actually sign up and create an account, joining with Google AdSense and get paid for it. I will link down below some helpful tips, like step-by-step for you though. You sign up with Google AdSense if you want. They pay you, Google itself. That'll come in the mail, like your code and whatever. Or, I mean, that's how I started off. I'm with a network now, and you can be with a network if you apply. But I think that might take a little bit more time. I'm not sure how it works now. I think the difference between the Google and the networking is they have some perks, they have some helpful things, and they also pay you a little more only because the percentage is different. Google takes just a little bit more from you, I believe. I don't know if that's changed, but it's still a good way to start. You can always kind of go to a network if you have to. When I started out, I had to type into YouTube how to create an account on YouTube, how to sign up with Google. You had to become a part of YouTube, a YouTube creator. You had to be a YouTube creator to even have a thumbnail. Now I think they completely changed that. I don't think you have to be. I could be wrong. And then you also had to have a certain amount of subscribers for you to reach a video over 10 minutes, I think. And I'm pretty sure that has changed as well, which is great. You have like, the great thing is that even though YouTube is kind of saturated with a ton of different channels and bloggers and stuff, the good thing is that it's grown so much and it's become such a well-known platform that things are a little bit more easier to access, and I think you have more access to learning and getting inspired and figuring out how to build your channel, if that makes sense. So that's a good thing about it. And along with tech, I just suggest you would get a notepad out, like I said, write down everything you need or any websites that were helpful to you so that you can just easily look back on it. Because I'm definitely one that like I'll go somewhere and be like, oh, I'll remember it, and then I totally forget what website it was. 4 is lighting and equipment. I'm looking at my notes, by the way, so that's why I'm looking down. More tech stuff, but okay. So what I use, I will also have linked below. I use a Canon T5i Rebel DSL. I don't know, it's basically HD, you know, higher quality, a little bit more expensive. It's definitely cheaper now than when I first bought it. So you don't have to start off with an expensive camera. If you can, if you have one, by all means, that's great. As long as your lighting is on point, you can film with basically whatever, except a webcam. Don't do that, it's horrible. It's all about the lighting, no matter what. As long, like right now I'm using the Diva Ring light by Nova, I think it is. And it's funny because I stopped using it for so long, and now I just recently started using it, like in my last video, I think, because I filmed at night, and I'm like, oh wow, I forgot how pretty, like how good this is. It really like helps everything. It kind of gives that extra shine to your hair and the ring in your eye. It just enhances the coloring and stuff. But I tend to like to film during the day, and I totally suggest I suggest that you would do it in natural lighting in front of a window. So if you're beginning, you don't have the lighting equipment you don't need it. I'm telling you, you don't. You can go in front of a window during the day, and it'd be perfect, I think. As long as your window's like not behind you and like on the side, and then your camera's right there, because that's gonna give you shadowing, and that's gonna be like giving, it's just not good. You can also research that. Lighting, great lighting for filming, best equipment you can use, equipment for beginners, you know, you have to just research this stuff. So just be willing to do that. It's growth and it's trial and error, but hopefully you can learn more before you begin. I do plan on getting a smaller camera for vlogging and possibly just for sit-down videos, because to be honest, this camera, although it's great, it's really heavy, really bulky, and I'm just not a fan of that aspect of it for me personally. I want something smaller, more compact, and easy to move around. The good thing about this camera though is that when you have a background and it's like a little bit closer up zoomed in, the background becomes blurry, which is beautiful, especially for beauty bloggers. If you want to do makeup and stuff, you definitely have to have great quality camera, good lighting, and you know, that you could see everything. For me, I don't really necessarily need it. Background is important, okay? I feel like I'm all over the place. Like right now, I have a white background, and it's fine. It's just kind of focused on me. I'm sorry, I keep hearing that. You focus on me, nothing is a distraction. It's a really crisp picture, and that's what you really want to focus on. Whether it's a color in the background, whether it's like a glittery or lights or candles, you know, something that's going to just be calming or not too, you know, in your face and make you kind of go all over the place. Like if you look at my old videos, like it was ridiculous. It was like a zoo in the back. But I think as I've grown in my channel and in myself, I find that the quality camera and even background and like where I am, it's not as important to me. And it has to be important, believe me, for certain videos, but I find that the content and, you know, personality and everything else that you're really trying to focus on is really key, rather than, you know, you could have the most perfect background, the most perfect, you know, lighting and equipment and just everything's perfect, but there's just, it's nothing there and it's not giving off what you need to give off, and your energy is important, you know, like just everything matters. So I find that you really just have to focus on you, what you're doing, what you're giving off, and your content. I have an Apple, I will show everything. I started off with the white Apple, the desktop, the white MacBook Pro, and that had much better storage than the ones that they give out now. If you have a desktop, that works even better because the storage is great. Let me get my, where is it? So with a desktop, if you do have one already, which would be great, you don't have to invest. I have it, I use it. I like the convenience of going into my bed and being able to, you know, do my work or go into the kitchen or go on the couch or bring it to Starbucks. Like that is the beauty of it. But having a desktop to actually edit and stuff and upload your content and keep it, it's a smarter decision. It's just not that convenient. But this external hard drive is your best friend. Pick one of these up, because any footage with a DSLR camera, is that correct? That is HD is going to take up more room than you could ever imagine. Literally takes up your whole entire space of your computer, like a couple videos. Like it's insanity how Apple has just like, they're just annoying. Also a 64 gigabyte chip card, a SIM card, is that what it's called? For your cameras. Make sure you get at least 64 gigs. It will hold a lot of storage. These are things that you don't really think about. You don't necessarily need in the beginning, but things to think about. You know, just be prepared. You want to be prepared. You want to get, you know, do the best you can in the beginning, because, you know, what you're starting out with is what you're gonna, you know, feed off of and what your audience is gonna see. So be mindful of that. Number 5, and lastly, which to me is probably the most important aspect of this, is don't give up in what you're gonna do, because there are gonna be times where you want to, and there's gonna be times where you feel let down, you feel insecure, you feel like, is this for me? You're fearful, you're wondering what other people are thinking, you don't have enough support, you know. If you have vision and drive and passion, all that stuff is gonna go out the window. Sometimes you have to force it, but like, you will get through it. It's a process, it's a fun journey, and I just encourage you to really stick to it, be consistent. As a human, at the end of the day, we're all human. We all long for acceptance, we all long for love and, you know, acknowledgement and support. And I totally get that. But just know this, when you're starting out your channel, you may not have the support you need from viewers, from family members, from friends. It's okay. It's fine. The confidence will come over time. It's a work in progress, and you just have to keep going and trying. You're gonna fail. You're gonna do things that don't necessarily work. You're gonna, you know, have to just try it, and that's all what it's really about, is trial and error. You can't be perfect in every video. It's just impossible. So my suggestion to you is to encourage yourself by having that vision. Like I said, I encourage you to like check other channels out and just like watch videos, get inspired by them, and watch encouraging things, because that's what motivates you. Hopefully this is motivating to you. You know, like I have other videos on motivation and just life and, you know, things that we deal with specifically as women. So my channel has definitely evolved into something more than what I even knew I was going to do. The content of my channel is lifestyle, spiritual wellness, relationships, and all things women. So that little aspect of all things women, beauty, skincare, makeup, hair, fashion, life. I have a small little family of subscribers, but I love you guys so much for your support. And if you're new, welcome. I'm more than excited to have you here, and I would love for you to check out my channel and subscribe, like, and if you have questions, obviously comment below. I am here for you, and I want you to succeed, and I want to succeed as well. So it's about just being supportive to people, caring about people, having vision, being passionate, and don't give up. That's so important to not give up. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Make 2018 your year. I will see you in my next video. Ciao.